When you hear the names Stephen Curry, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James, your mind instantly races to greatness. Each name triggers a different image. Curry raining impossible threes, Jordan soaring like a god, LeBron thundering down the court like an unstoppable force. But there's one question that always lingers in the shadows. What happens when these three legends decide to take flight above the rim? Because the truth is, while all three are capable of jaw-dropping dunks, the way they each attack the basket tells three completely different stories. And once you understand the unique signature behind each of their dunks, you'll never see them the same way again.
Let's start with something obvious yet often overlooked, the body. Because a dunk isn't just a move, it's an expression of how a player's body can defy gravity. Steph Curry walks onto the court looking like the guy who'd rather shoot a floater than throw down a slam. At 6'2", he's slender, quick, and built for finesse, not brute force. His frame whispers shooter, not dunker. Yet that's exactly why his dunks electrify the crowd. They're unexpected, like a plot twist nobody saw coming. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan's build was poetry in motion. Long limbs, lean muscle, and a pair of legs that seemed loaded with springs. He wasn't the bulkiest guy in the court, but when he leapt, time seemed to freeze. His body was perfectly sculpted for hang time, gliding through the air as if gravity itself paused to watch. Then there's LeBron James, whose very presence is a physical threat. Standing nearly 6'9" with the frame of a linebacker, he's a combination of power, speed, and agility that makes physics look negotiable. When LeBron charges the rim, it's not merely a jump, it's a launch. He doesn't just go up, he explodes upward, often carrying a defender or three on his way to the iron. Three bodies, three approaches to the rim, and that's only where the story begins.
Because beyond how they look, it's how they finish at the rim that separates these legends. And each man has a dunking style so unique, it's practically a fingerprint. For Steph Curry, the dunk is a rare, almost mythical event. But when it happens, it's usually on the break. He finds daylight, takes two quick dribbles, and boom, a one-handed flush that sends the crowd into chaos. It's not monstrous. It's not violent. It's the surprise factor that makes it magical. Back in 2018 against the Clippers, when Curry drove baseline and dunked so quickly that even the announcers needed a moment to process what they'd just witnessed.
Michael Jordan's dunks, on the other hand, were pure theater.
Picture the tongue hanging out, the ball cradled like a sacred object, legs splitting midair. His signature was the double clutch. He'd rise, hang, and twist his body like a ballet dancer before slamming the ball home. No one else made dunking look so effortless or so beautiful. And the free throw line dunk in 1988, it wasn't just a dunk, it became a symbol etched into sneaker logos and pop culture forever. Then there's LeBron James. His dunks are pure violence. He loves the tomahawk slam, one arm cocked back as if to crush the entire rim. He doesn't just dunk over people, he dunks through them. Remember when he annihilated Jason Terry in 2013? LeBron came charging down the lane, took flight, and hammered the ball so hard that Terry practically evaporated from the screen. It wasn't just a highlight, it was a warning to the entire league. Curry surprises, Jordan floats, LeBron destroys. And each dunk is as unmistakable as their names. But dunks aren't just physical feats, they're mental warfare.
See, a dunk doesn't only count for 2 points on the scoreboard. It can crush spirits, ignite arenas, and even swing momentum in a playoff series. And the way Curry, Jordan, and LeBron wield this psychological weapon couldn't be more different. When Curry dunks, it's like seeing a magician reveal his final trick. The crowd gasps, teammates go wild, and suddenly the defense realizes they've got bigger problems than just guarding the three-point line. His dunks send a message. Even I can rise above the rim. and that momentary shock ripples through opponents like a chill down the spine.
Jordan's dunks were declarations of superiority. Everyone carried a swagger that said, "I own this court." His eyes would lock onto the rim, tongue flicking out, and defenders knew they were about to become part of a highlight reel they'd rather forget. It wasn't just scoring. It was psychological domination, leaving opponents looking over their shoulders for the next aerial assault. LeBron's dunks are pure intimidation. He barrels down the lane, defender in his path, and it's like watching a freight train daring someone to stand on the tracks. When he slams it home, he sometimes stares down whoever dared contest him, draining their confidence in real time. It's not just 2 points. It's a reminder that stopping him might simply be impossible. 3 men, 3 ways to break an opponent's will, all above the rim.
And if there's one thing fans never forget, it's the moments when these dunks go from great to legendary. Curry doesn't dunk often, but when he does, social media explodes, like that time against the Clippers. Memes, GIFs, and highlight reels multiplied overnight. His dunks become viral moments because nobody expects them. Jordan, his entire highlight reel is a masterpiece. From the free throw line leap in the '88 dunk contest to vicious in-game slams over towering centers, every Jordan dunk seemed to carry a cinematic quality. He didn't just dunk, he created iconic images that lived forever on posters, in commercials, and even in the silhouette of the Jumpman logo. LeBron's career is littered with dunks that feel like acts of war. One of the most unforgettable was the 2013 obliteration of Jason Terry. The moment LeBron rose, you could almost hear fans inhale collectively, knowing something violent was about to happen. And when he slammed it home, Terry crumpled to the floor, and LeBron just glared down as if daring anyone else to try their luck. These moments don't simply entertain, they define eras.
For all the differences in how Steph, Michael, and LeBron approach the rim, there's one thing that binds them together. Each of their dunks tells a story far bigger than 2 points. Their slams become signals to fans and opponents alike, reminders that these aren't just basketball players. They're icons, shaping how the game is remembered. Steph's dunks remind the world that even the smallest guys on the floor can take flight and deliver jaw-dropping moments. It's not the power, it's the shock value, the proof that he's more than a shooter, capable of rewriting the narrative in a single play.
Jordan's dunks elevated the game into art. They turned the hardwood into a stage, the rim into a spotlight, and every defender into a potential supporting actor in the greatest show on earth. His slams weren't just highlights, they were the building blocks of a global brand, stitched into sneakers and immortalized in posters that still hang in bedrooms worldwide. LeBron's dunks, meanwhile, stand as monuments to human power and longevity. They're a testament that, even in his late 30s, he can defy Father Time and still throw down with a ferocity that echoes through arenas. 3 legends, 3 styles, but every dunk they've ever thrown down is a piece of history. Because no matter how different they are, there's one universal truth. A great dunk doesn't just shake the rim, it shakes the soul of the game itself.